Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about how to grade things in Google Classroom. This is a 201 topic because there are lots of different ways to do it. So let's get started. So as you can see, I am currently in one of my actual science classes, and you can see that I have all sorts of notices going on. There's tons of classwork here, and it will show you on the classwork if something needs to be graded. But I'll be honest, the best way to grade anything is to go to your to-do list and select the class. Show you how many assignments you have to grade in that class. So in this class, I currently have one that I need to grade. So I would then just do a right click on it, open it in a new tab, and it would pop me over to the grading area for that, and I could actually click on the student's name and grade their assignment. Okay, so I primarily use the to-do list in order to figure out what needs to be graded. There are other ways, however, to grade things. So you can go back to your class and go to classwork, and you can select an individual assignment and view the assignment, and it will automatically take you to a list of students who have turned that in, are always on top over here, and you can just click on their work to grade it there as well. Now, finally, there's also the Grades tab, which you would go to over here, which lists all of the assignments and your students' names. And mine is set up to do an overall percentage, but only I can see it. Students may not. That's why it's grayed out. And so I can go in and say, oh, well, I have a whole bunch of kiddos who turned in my genetics quiz, and I just want to go in and grade them real fast. I can click on the name of the assignment. I can also go here and edit the assignment. I can delete it. I can return everything in there. So this is from the Grades tab. If I have something that I have graded on paper, for example, it's a worksheet, but I had a video that went with it, and so the video is in Google Classroom as an assignment. And oftentimes I will do that when we're in session in school, is I'll put a video on the Google Classroom with a copy of the assignment for parents or for kids who lose their copy, and then I have them turn it in physically to me, and then I grade it on a handy dandy little checklist that I printed out from PowerSchool, which is the next thing that I'm going to show you how to do. So what I would do in that case is I would just start by clicking, and I could enter and hit return and enter for all of these folks all at the same time. Now, obviously, these two didn't actually turn this in, so I'm going to take that back off. But you get the idea. So I could do that for paper assignments. It is possible to download all of your grades. So right here on an assignment, I can download all grades as CSV file or just these grades as a CSV file. And then I can upload that to PowerSchool, but there has to be a special template. And I'll be honest, it takes forever because you have to do it one assignment at a time. So instead, what I do is a combination of things when I grade. So I'm just going to quickly walk you through how I actually grade assignments. So the first thing I need is I go to PowerSchool and I go to Reports and I go to a student roster. And the reason I want my student roster, and I'm just going to select this class. Okay, so just this one class by last name, add columns. So notice it just has name right now. So if I add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blank columns and then run the report, what it will do is it will give me 6 blank columns across. So student name and ID number and then 6 blank columns, which is for the most part what I want, because I'm just going to go in and add information to it. So now that I've downloaded it, you can see in this case, it just gave me their names and then blank columns. And I had forgotten that I don't want it landscape, so I should probably go and change that. But you get the idea. You can then just go through and mark things on paper, which is ideally what I do. So you can see I have a whole lot of assignments. I keep it on a clipboard. As I put them into PowerSchool, I highlight them so that I know which ones went into PowerSchool and which ones did not. As I grade everything in Google Classroom, I mark it all down, and then on Fridays, usually, I input everything into PowerSchool. And I simply train my kids and my parents that nothing is getting inputted until Friday. So that's how I use both systems to do my grading. I will put a link in the presentation and in the notes for this video. You can see that there are lots of other people who have the whole downloading and uploading thing with CSV files figured out. I've tried it. It works. It's just slow. And if I didn't accept late work, it would probably be less obnoxious to me. But because I accept late work, it's really difficult because then I have to re-upload the entire file every time. If you're only uploading it once, it's probably not as big a deal. So I hope this helps with how to grade things in Google Classroom.